I'm Sohnjee. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time checking me out, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate your support. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so that you will be notified when I upload new content. So that being said, let's get into this video. We are discussing Aquarius. Well, who's an Aquarius? An Aquarius is anyone born on or between January 20th through February the 18th. Aquarius is the 11th sun sign of the astrological chart, and they're known as our water bearers. So, if you're an Aquarius, this video is about you. Let's get into it. Let's talk about some basic common traits attributed to the Aquarian. Now, of course, you could be that special Aquarian unicorn that none of these things apply to, and that's quite all right. We're not talking about you. But for the general masses, we're discussing common traits of the Aquarian. So, what are they? Let's talk about it. Aquarians are an exciting blend of mischief and deep thought. If you're looking for mental stimulation, fun, and sexiness in your partner, well, look no further. You're going to get that in your Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is unlikely to be interested in winning the approval or compliments of other people. They just don't need it. They're very self-confident people, and they already know what they know about themselves. So you saying it, that's great, but do they need it? Not so much. They're often very bold, non-conforming, and sometimes shocking in what they say and in what they do. Now, Aquarius tend to be relatively detached people at the start of relationships. It is quite common for those involved in Aquarius relationships to question where they stand with their partners because Aquarians tend to be aloof initially. Now, this works well if you are a sun sign that is independent. But this can cause a lot of problems or confusion if you are a sun sign partner that requires feedback. Now, our Aquarians are known as the scientists of the zodiac because they tend to question most things rather than just accept them at face values. Now, Aquarians have a very healthy disregard for tradition and social expectations, just because. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to find that your Aquarius does traditional things. Of course they do. But they do it because they choose to do it, not because society tells them to. That's the difference. Now, if something doesn't make sense to your Aquarian, the first thing they're going to do is suggest that you change it. First, they're going to ask you why you do that. Then they're going to tell you that it does make sense. And then they're going to ask you to please change it. Now, Aquarians are also known to have very unique points of view, which makes them quite fascinating to other people. Now, Aquarians can come across as detached or distant or even cold at times, but that's not true because Aquarians are also known to be the humanitarians of the astrological chart. So, one thing about the Aquarian is that although they seem distant from you, the fact is that they can become distracted by their own deep thoughts. And they are big picture people as opposed to people, if you understand what I mean. They appreciate an intellectual and independent partner with an unconventional mind who isn't too emotionally needy. All right? Now, some of the things that you will find that your Aquarian might like will be fun with friends. Friendship is very important to Aquarians. They value it. So one of the number one things you want to do with your Aquarian is to become their friend. They also enjoy helping others. They are quite the intellectual, great conversationalists, but also fantastic listeners. Aquarians are known to regurgitate word for word something that you said to them prior to. So you want to be very sure to watch your words when you're conversing with an Aquarian, because not only are they giving you feedback, they're also listening quite contently to everything it is that you're saying. Now, they want someone they can communicate with, and although the Aquarians are passionate and uninhibited by their thoughts, they really do need you to be someone that they can befriend before anything else. Now, the quality and balance of your relationship will largely be determined by the mental connection that you have with your Aquarian, okay? Now, here are some of the things that a lot of Aquarians are found to dislike. They don't like limitations. They don't believe in limitations in most cases. Most Aquarians believe you can do whatever you set your mind to do. They also don't like broken promises. So if you're one of those people that has a tendency to just promise, and not follow through, you are not going to make it with your Aquarian. They also don't like dull or boring situations, and they're known to not really like people who disagree with them. Because after all, Aquarians fancy themselves to be quite intellectual, and they put deep thought into their thoughts. So if they think that you are discounting their point of view towards a situation, good luck with that. Now, some weaknesses you may find in an Aquarian is that they have a tendency to run from emotional expression. They would prefer that you give them a logical point of view as opposed to how you feel about it. They can be temperamental. They can be uncompromising once they have decided that this is the way they think about it. And of course, they are known to be romantically aloof. So, the way that you find yourself spending quality and fantastic time with an Aquarian is that you must first capture their mind, become their friend, and then you will capture their heart. Okay? So that's how you do it. Those are some basic generalities about Aquarian people. Now, of course, we're just comparing sun signs here, and this is just giving us a broad brush stroke to what your interactions could be like with an Aquarian. Now, of course, if you're that unicorn Aquarian that this doesn't apply to you, well then, okay, it doesn't apply to you. But for the rest of us, we're going to take a look at how your sun sign compares with our intellectually aloof Aquarius. So stay tuned and see how you match up with Aquarian right after this. Hello, Aquarius with Taurus. Welcome to your matchup. Right off the bat, Taurus and Aquarius is often a challenging relationship to make work. Now, with that being said, if you can both adapt to the other styles, this is a relationship that can improve steadily over time if you stick with it. Let's talk about it. Now, Taurus is likely to be conservative, a traditionalist. They're quite predictable and down to earth. That's just who they are. Taurus are pretty solid people. They're reliable, and they're just plain comfortable in their space. They're comfortable in their skin. They're comfortable with who they are. And as I said, very solid dependable type of a person. Aquarius is an intellectual partner, and they're full of new ideas and concepts. They're always thinking, and they typically have a rebellious streak which bucks the tradition, bucks the status quo, and they favor trying new approaches constantly to improve on the everyday, regular type of thinking. So there, right there, you see that there's a contrast between our traditionalists, the Taurus, and our nonconformists, the Aquarius. Now, Tauruses are very likable people with many endearing quirks, however. They're often the ones in the zodiac sign that they defy logic, because a Taurian is notorious for saying, well, this is how I've always done it, this is how I do it, and they will continue to do it the same way. Even if their Aquarian partner has what they believe is a more efficient way of doing it, Taurus is going to continue to do things the way they've done it, and that's just the way it is. So that might frustrate their Aquarian partner, because Taurus won't even consider the option of changing. Now, Taurus is a sentimental guardian of the past, while Aquarius is the high-tech explorer of the future. So, you see, again, conflict. Because, well, not necessarily, because you could take all those photographs from the past, and Aquarian, you can use your high-tech gadget to improve them and make it more efficient so that Taurus always has them. Just remember, don't throw out the relic, because Taurus wants those too. Now, in many respects, Aquarius is indeed Taurus's opposite. Aquarius prefers a high level of independence, both in their thinking and in love relationships, where Taurus enjoys tradition, togetherness, routines, and often has a great need for a very committed relationship, solid, stated, understood. Now, you're both unconventional in your own ways, however, and you're very capable of being quite stubborn when you've decided that this is how something should or shouldn't be done. While not individually, this might not be a problem. When you link up in a matchup together, the radically different viewpoints can cause some epic blowouts between you. Now, you're both highly creative, especially the Aquarius, and the Aquarius also has a reluctance to be tied down or restricted by a person, expectations, or conforming to things just because this is the way that things are done. And because of that, Taurus may feel Aquarius's reluctance to commit to the relationship as a rebuff against them. While typically a faithful partner, belonging to someone might be a little bit much for your Aquarian initially. Especially, it won't happen as quickly as Taurus would like it. As I said, Taurus is solid, sure what they want, know what they want, and they want you to say what it is, whereas Aquarius is thinking about it, and they need to be triply sure, and Aquarius won't see the rush to make things official. Could be a problem between the matchup, as Taurus isn't gonna like that. Just saying. Now, Taurus likes to plan everything in advance, while Aquarius prefers a more spontaneous approach to life. So where Taurus is saying, okay, let's make this official, Aquarius is saying, well, no, things are going good. Let's just see where it goes. In which case, Taurus says, well, where we're going. Let's plan on where we're going. And Aquarius will say, let's play it by ear. See the conflict? Now, as much as Aquarius will like Taurus, making them feel secure that, yes, you are indeed the object of my affection, it might be difficult as Taurus just doesn't share your concept of independence within a long-term committed relationship. So the viewpoints between the two of you are something that you definitely will have to work out and discuss. Now, Aquarius and Taurus can make for an endlessly stimulating relationship. Both good and bad stimuli. If you both have the patience to understand and respect the other's needs and viewpoints. So that is critical in an Aquarian and Taurus matchup, okay? Especially in this one. Now, there are two key elements of successful couples in challenging relationships, okay? The first thing is your attitude towards your differences. You have to stop thinking that your differences are a negative, as differences actually are a good thing, because differences help us learn and grow. And the second thing is the desire to understand and respect your partner's needs and viewpoints. So although they may be different, we do have to respect them and hear them out. So if you can do those two things in a challenging matchup or any relationship, you're on your way to making it, pardon me, a successful parent. Now, we're going to talk more about how you do the 1 and 2 in challenging relationships, and also some other things that Aquarius and Taurus can look for and work on to make this an exciting relationship and a successful one to go the long term. I'll tell you what to do, how to do that, give you some helpful suggestions towards this matchup and others in part 2. Join me on www.sohnjee.com for part 2 of Aquarius with Taurus. And if you're in an Aquarius-Taurus relationship and you'd like to give us some helpful hints or share your experiences, please do so below in the comment section. Thank you so much. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you have a personal question that you would like to talk to me about, join me on Instantgo using your iPhone or your iPad /Sohnjee. Check the description box and it'll tell you how to reach me where we can discuss it. Thanks again for watching. See you on part 2. Bye, Aquarius with Taurus. Good luck to you.